Welcome to Health and Wellness, where we offer integrated solutions for personal and financial retirement planning for medical professionals. I'm your host, Michael Swartz. This will be the final podcast on the book Health and Wellness. It's putting it all together. As we recap chapters 1 through 7, we enter chapter 8, the conclusion. Recall with me again, all the way back to chapter 1. Retirement is no longer a math problem. At least it's not only a math problem. Yes, I'm a certified financial planner, and the math is an extremely valuable part of the retirement transition. But who, if anyone, is addressing the personal problem? We have seen divorce, dependency, death, and depression on the rise in retirees. What are we doing to combat that? I would argue we need to create a personal retirement plan, and that is what Health and Wellness offers. A personal retirement plan for retiring, the day you retire, and retirement. But when we define retiring, retire, and retirement, you may recall retiring is not currently defined in Merriam-Webster's dictionary, only as an adjective to describe someone who is reserved and cautious. Retire is simply to withdraw from one's position, occupation, or conclude your professional career, and retirement is labeled as or defined as an act of retiring in the state of being retired. It's a bit of a self-directed definition. Retirement is a state of seclusion or privacy, the age at one normally retires, or the act of going about the day you retire. It's not exactly clear what these three phases are. But in the modern retirement journey, retiring is actively creating closure for your career and creating a positive personal trajectory into retirement. And we can create that positive personal trajectory with a purpose, values, and identity clarifications exercise. You can have an effective day you retire by putting an exclamation point on your career by reclaiming agency, creating professional closure, and jumping into retirement on the day that you retire with a positive trajectory. And finally, we can have a fulfilling retirement by being prepared for those 4 stages that Dr. Moynihan identified that follow the trajectory of the Dunning-Kruger effect. Again, the modern retirement journey redefines the process of retiring, the day you retire, and your retirement. In Chapter 2, we talked about the evolution of modern retirement's math, how just 100 years ago, homesteaders were still settling the Midwest, and no one had personal retirement funds. Yes, there were pensions, and in 1942, Social Security was introduced, but as a whole, a fully funded retirement did not exist. That means you will be the proprietors of the personally funded retirement. You are part of the first group of cohorts that have had access to a 401k for their entire career and retiring with a personally funded retirement. Yep, Social Security still exists, and for some of you, you will have a pension, but a majority of your retirement income will come from personally deferred assets, i.e. the 401k. Roth IRAs were introduced even more recently, and Roth 401ks were recently introduced in 2022. Just 2 years ago, maybe 3 if you're listening in 2025. Isn't that amazing? The modern retirement math is not that new. The modern retirement math is not very old. 1, maybe 2 generations ahead of you even contemplated the idea of retirement. And for you, the first generation transitioning into a fully funded, self-funded retirement, we have new math to figure out. And with that, the personal retirement problem is even more novel. Who are you working with that has an integrated understanding of the personal and financial retirement problem? Other than a certified financial planner and master certified physician development coach, I'm not sure who is better suited to solve this problem, other than the individuals who have experienced it for themselves. Finally, where do we go with your retirement? We want to make sure that your retirement is focused on happiness, but not just that short-term hedonistic happiness, that euphoria, that emotional happiness. No, instead, we want to focus on some moral happiness, some of that eudaimonic happiness that we talked about, and having a balance between hedonic and emotional happiness and the eudaimonic and moral happiness. You will have both a high-frequency and low-frequency form of happiness, days filled with purpose as well as levity and joy. And by doing so, you can achieve that judgmental happiness on yourself and on the way that you're living your life to say, I am happy with how I am choosing to live my life. All 3 forms of happiness, emotional, moral, and judgmental, hedonic, eudaimonic, and judgmental. These are the trinity of happinesses that we aim to achieve in retirement. And course, we talked about how to go about retiring well, how to create professional closure, how to engage in a positive trajectory on the personal side, and create professional closure. How do we generate a professional bucket list so that we have career closure? How do we create a new purpose, identity, and value statement for your retirement to create a positive trajectory on the personal side? These are some of the most important things that you can do while you are retiring. Do you have a schedule for the day that you retire? If you don't, hour by hour, meticulously plan out the day that you retire. It is the only time in your life where you will be working, crossing the threshold of your office on the day that you retire, and entering retirement. It is the trinity of the retirement experience. Focus on a good day that you retire and have a plan. And of course, when you enter retirement, be prepared for the 4 stages or the 4 phases of retirement that we've talked about. Early on, the vacation phase, at the peak of Mount Stupid, as it was in the Dunning-Kruger effect, the unforeseen loss and lost that drags you into the valley of despair, the trial and error with the retirement intention statement that will encourage you and provide a beacon of hope as you climb the slope of enlightenment, and of course, identifying the reward that awaits you on the plateau of sustainability in retirement. These 4 phases of retirement are what you can expect. We have a forecast of what is to come. And in doing so, we can transition into retirement with clarity, confidence, and optimism. But most importantly, remember, no one will do this for you. Only you can set this positive trajectory for your transition from your career as a practicing physician into your life as a retired physician and into your life in retirement. Again, I must say this, as a certified financial planner, I have seen a number of folks enter retirement with a sound financial plan in hand and have an unbelievably troubling experience in their personal retirement. I was driven by curiosity and compassion to explore what the difference is between the retirements that were overflowing with positive experiences and those who were struggling, and it has motivated me to create these solutions. I've bounced these ideas off of countless retired physicians who have all agreed this is the recipe for transitioning into a fulfilling retirement. So of course, I went out and became a certified physician development coach as well, not just a certified financial planner, to provide an integrated solution to both the personal retirement problem and the retirement math problem. This is truly comprehensive retirement planning, brought to you by Health and Wellness. Thank you for listening to this episode of Health and Wellness. As always, I'm your host, Michael Schwartz, certified financial planner and healthcare peer coaching practitioner. If you're looking for more help or additional resources on your retirement journey, please visit healthwellness.com or send an email to hello@healthwellness.com. We'll see you in the next episode.